Hi, I'm Tamara and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm doing a series on the 5 love language personality types. And the reason I say personality types is because it encompasses so much of who you are and how you live your life. Also, you could be offending someone, or is there a person in your life that you're just not clicking with, you're not gelling with? Maybe you're in a love relationship or a marriage, or you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, or you even have a boss, and for some reason, they're not seeing who you really are, or they're not connecting with you. It's probably because you are not doing their love language. I'm going to tell you about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So today, we're going to talk about acts of service, which is one of the 5 love languages. So keywords are service, serving others, and helping people. Are you a natural helper? You're just drawn to it. You find yourself jumping into situations and you kind of know what to do and you know how to help people in need, and it's just a gift. That's no coincidence. That is a special gift that you have. Everyone does not have that gift. And I would guess that it's probably the second most common love language. And thank goodness that it is, because if there's a crisis or situation, those are the people that are jumping in, helping, and making sure that everything is okay. The love languages are super easy to learn and understand, and I think in some ways they're more important than learning Myers-Briggs, because you can use these with everyone that you know. So if your love language is acts of service, then you are the person that if there's a tornado and someone's house is destroyed, you're like, I got a hammer, I got some nails, I'm coming to help you rebuild your house. Or if there's a hurricane and there's flood waters everywhere and you have a boat, you're the person on your boat paddling to rescue people, to make sure that they get to somewhere that's safe. You also are the Uber driver, the person that's going around running errands for people, taking people things that they need. You may be a volunteer where you're volunteering your services everywhere. You're the person that in your household, you're keeping everything going. You're doing the laundry, you're doing the cooking, you're making sure everybody has clothes, you're doing the ironing, you're making sure that everything is going smoothly. If you're part of a church or an organization or even at work and they say, okay, we're serving food, we need volunteers to help serve the food and clean up afterwards, I'll do it. It just comes natural to you. And when you're serving people, you do it with a smile. You do it with a sense of grace. It's just, you're very natural at it. It's a gift. And when people give that love language back to you, it feels so warm. It feels so nurturing. It feels so caring. If you are in a service industry or job, you probably feel like, I could probably do this for free because I get so much joy out of helping other people. One of the things I've noticed about people who are acts of service, many times they're also quality time. It seems like sometimes those pair well together. I know some people probably think you can only have one love language, but you can actually have 2 or 3 that you gravitate towards, because the key to both of those is you have to be willing to give up your time in order to do those things. Let's talk about if you're not acts of service. It just doesn't connect with you. If you are not an acts of service person, then this t-shirt probably resonates with you, because sometimes when people are acts of service, they might even show love by giving you lots of things to do. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you help me with this? Can you do these things? Or we have this event coming up. Can you help with this, this, and this? You will feel allergic to that. The number one thing that someone who is not acts of service that they don't want to hear is, can you do me a favor? That favor thing, that always serving you, doing thousands of things for you, doing all these things that you want them to do, that does not equate to love for them. It might equate to you using me, or you're not taking into consideration that I have other things on my agenda to do, And so that's an example of how love languages can clash. They don't want to have a laundry list of things that they're doing for you. So if you're always asking people to do things for you, come here, come there, do this, do that, I have this going on, can you help me with this assignment that I have, do that. For you, it might be showing love because you like it when someone gives you things to do. But for someone who's not acts of service, they're not going to appreciate that too much. They don't like it. A person who is not acts of service may equate acts of service as a form of neediness. Like, I need you for this. I need you to survive. They want to do things themselves, so they don't feel that comfortable asking people to help them with things, even when they really, really need it badly. If they can do it themselves, they're gonna do it themselves because they feel like that's a form of strength, and they feel like always asking people to do things for them is a sign of weakness. And it might be because they've observed that happening a lot in their lives. I know both of my parents were very much acts of service people, and I used to look at them with such admiration. Like at Christmas, they would be taking kids toys and bicycles and clothes and making sure that everyone had everything that they need. I remember there was a deaf ed center that needed a Santa Claus costume, and so my mom raised money so that they could get that. And I used to wonder, how are they so good at this? How are they so natural at this? They're always helping someone. But I also felt like they got used a lot. So I think that's why it tends to be one of my lower love languages, because if I can do it myself, I'm gonna do it myself, because I felt like they got used a lot, and that does not settle well with me. So let's talk about if you have a mate, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and that person is acts of service. You probably will notice that they're doing everything around the house. They're cleaning up, they're doing the dishes, they're making sure there's food on the table, they're vacuuming, they're running errands, they're picking up your dry cleaning, they're mowing the lawn, they're watering the grass, they're doing all of these things all the time. So if you notice that about that person and they ask you, hey, would you mind, I just washed the clothes, would you mind folding them for me? And you never return that to that person, that is excruciatingly painful to that person. That might be grounds for the D word, divorce. I'm not saying that they should do that, but if over a long period of time, they're not getting that need met where you are doing acts of service to show them that you love them, that you care about them, because that's how they're equating it. They're equating it to, you don't care about me at all. You don't love me at all because you never do any of these things. So make sure that you're doing those things for that person. Make sure that you surprise that person. Do a mental check. Even if it's not your love language, you're going to get your love language back when you meet theirs. So if maybe you can serve them breakfast in bed, or you take over the laundry or the cooking one day, but make sure you're doing things to fill that person's needs as well. That is critical to making a person who's acts of service feel happy. When you are doing something to serve them, it means a lot to them. Okay, so for me, there are 3 categories of acts of service that I've noticed. This is just me and how I'm thinking. Okay, so the first category is the martyr. That's the person that's going around doing everything for everybody tirelessly without a break. Now, that person, they get a lot of energy and they love helping people. That person on the side of the road, here's $5. They're helping people all the time, but guess what? All of that helping takes a lot of energy. And so why do I say martyr? It's because they're getting a payoff from that on a deeper level. It might be because they were raised that way. They got a lot of praise for doing that. Or maybe they are from a family that needed a lot of help and that's how they got accolades, or the family couldn't get going even when they were children. That's how they got admired or praised. And if they don't have that peace in their life, they could, on an extreme level, start to have like nervous breakdown level, because they're so used to helping people that if you did completely take that away from that person, because the martyr starts to complain after a while that you never help me, you never get off the couch, you don't do anything, you don't help me with anything. Then if you decide, okay, I'm gonna do everything for you, and you just sit back and do nothing, that person's not gonna know what to do with themselves. It's gonna be too extreme, because they also feel love by giving love. So the martyr will kind of go into a phase every now and then where they feel like no one helps me, no one loves me, no one cares for me. So if you're the martyr, you might want to train people, even when you're in a love relationship, that, okay, let me step back a little bit and let me allow that person to step in and help sometimes, so that I won't be resentful of that person later. The second category that I notice is the person that's acts of service, but they are the takers, the users. Believe it or not, there's a huge group of these people. Well, you already know that. They love acts of service, but they don't give it back. It's like, oh, I need to borrow $500 from you because I'm down on my luck. But then they never return it back to you. Or you're always helping them. But believe it or not, a simple thank you card, or a simple, hey, what can I help you with? That person has needs too. The acts of service person has deep needs. So offer your help, because more than likely, you're probably great at acts of service. Make sure that you're not that acts of service person that's always receiving acts of service because you love it so much, but you never give it back. That's rude, that's disrespectful. It's having a lack of a consciousness, and it's just plain and simply wrong. And then that third category is the person who fits both. Believe it or not, there are people that run around and they are helping everybody. They will let you move into their house. Like if you are down on your luck, sure, you can move in for a while. They're those kind of people. So they're always helping people who are sick. They might be broke, but they're loaning you money as well. So they're fantastic at it. But they've also learned the art of manipulation, that art of using people on the sly, the subtle. Those people have to be careful of that, because my mother always used to tell me, don't ever think anyone is stupid. And so I keep that in mind. I might be picking up on some things and I think no one else is, but you should always live your life as though no one is stupid. So you want to treat people the way that you want to be treated. If you're always asking someone for something, then make sure that you return the favor. I try not to ask people to do too much for me, because I know that's not my love language. So I'm not as natural at giving it, so I'm not going to be taking it. So that category of people, they can also be users. They can also learn how to force people to do things for them by flipping the script. People are on to you when you do those kinds of things, like you know how to back someone in a corner so that they do that thing that you need. So you're giving it, but you're also manipulating it out of people. Some people think that I'm acts of service because I will help them quite a bit, but that's because when I've been in a bind, they have helped me, and they're like, you're always helping me. And I'm like, because you're always helping me. It just comes natural. And just because you're not acts of service or you're allergic to it, don't be afraid to ask for help sometimes, because we all need a little bit of help from time to time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you in some way. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned, because I'm gonna do all of the love languages. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.